Hello, and welcome back to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn, and this is the August reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. So, what is currently happening for Sagittarius, the world, and the Page of Wands in reverse? What's currently crossing you guys? Is justice. Okay, so in the current situation, we have the world and we have the Page of Wands in reverse. And really this is like your energy, right? So the Page of Wands in reverse is someone who is just passionate, who's out there. Page of Swords, who has this energy where you will try anything, you will go anywhere, you have, a free spirit. This is really like your energy, right? Sagittarian, Jupiter energy, right? Right now we are in we're in Jupiter retrograde, right? And this is your ruling planet. Jupiter is your ruling planet. And when we have Jupiter in retrograde, this outward expansion that we have is turned inwards, right? So it's an opportunity to really reflect and have a lot of new ideas, really redirecting your energy, and really connecting with a more spiritual tone in your life, right? So really kind of reflecting a little bit more. And like what's crossing you here is the Justice card, right? I really do feel like it's you're getting to the space in your life where you want to be able to still have the same passion, to experience all the things in life, to really kind of like set out and explore different things. You might want to travel, you might want to go back to school, you might really want to focus on your spirituality, but I feel like you're more concerned with that on a more internal note than on a more outward approach, if that makes any sense. And really trying to come into balance with your outward ways of expansion, but also really expanding on the inside as well. So you might be taking other people's feelings into consideration, and really just trying to kind of like focus on how you can learn more on an internal note, right? So in the past, what do we have for Sagittarius? In the past, what was Sagittarius dealing with in the past? I feel like it's like a sense of a sense of maturity, right? There's like a sense of maturity happening here. In the past, we have the King of Cups. So just being in a state where you have come more in tune with your feelings, with managing your emotions, with being in touch with your feelings. I feel like that might have been an issue for you, like not necessarily knowing how to express the way you feel about certain things. And I feel like that is something that you're actually actively working on. Like if you see in this card, this person is really kind of like in a reflective state, and I feel like this is really, I don't even feel like this is the past. I feel like this is where you're at right now. Or I feel like for some of you, you might have been a little bit more in tune on a spiritual note, and I feel like you might be wanting to get back to that, right? In your current awareness, what is happening in their current awareness for Sagittarius? So in your current awareness, some of you might be dealing with a loss, right? Whether this be a loss, a job loss, whether it be losing someone that you love or care about, whether it be losing yourself. I mean, that is definitely actually playing out here, losing yourself, but losing something tangible, right? It's a physical loss. And I feel like this is something that might have happened in the past. And I feel like you're kind of dealing and trying to manage the emotions attached to this loss, right? What is the clarification for the Five of Pentacles for Sagittarius. What did Sagittarius lose? Yeah, so there was definitely something here that broke your heart, right? You might have endured something that was very painful for you, a loss that was very painful. This could have been a person, this could have been a situation, this could have been yourself. Like you might have felt like you lost yourself in the process. For some of you, this could be attached to a third-party situation. We have Libra on the table. We also have a Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces on the table as well. But I do feel like this is definitely attached to a painful loss. What is the loss associated with that that Sagittarius had? What is the loss associated with that Sagittarius had? For some of you, it might have been money. Like it might have been attached to employment, or an opportunity for employment, or an opportunity for advancement in a certain kind of way. And that was a loss for you, because I really do feel like it was something that you wanted at the time. And so the pain of that is kind of is causing you to recenter and refocus. In the subconscious, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Two of Swords, and we also have the Three of Pentacles. So for some of you, straight out here, we're talking about having to make a decision, or the inability to make a decision, which is also like very Libran, right? Not really being able to make a choice about something, particularly something that you were passionate with. For some of you, this could have been, again, like a third-party situation where the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So this really could have been a situation where you were unable to make a choice about something that you were passionate about, and that ended up in a loss, right? That you ended up losing something, tangibly losing something. What is the outcome? It's the Five of Cups. So the focus here is not on the things that you have lost, but the things that you still have, right? So with the Five of Cups, we also have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, there's going to be losses, and yeah, things are going to change, and yeah, you might lose people, and yeah, you might lose situations. But the focus here for you is to focus on the things that you have. And I feel like this is the opportunity, again, with the Justice card, with the Page of Wands in reverse, and also the World card, is to really level up on the way that you think, the way that you balance your passion with the things that you're doing in your life, to really get in tune with your emotions, and to really focus on the things that matter. So I feel like a lot of this inward expansion that you're going to be doing during this Jupiter retrograde period really has a lot to do with focusing on the ways that you can balance out the passionate aspects of your personality by making firm decisions that are going to be leading to your greatest good, and to really focus on the things, the people, and the situations in your life that really matter. Let's do a clarification for the Five of Cups in the reverse. What is the clarification for the Five of Cups? Yeah, the Six of Swords. So yeah, this is like it feels like there are some losses that you've had in your life that you're not necessarily able to walk away from, or you are having a hard time moving away from that, right? So the Six of Swords is really talking about letting painful endings go, and like moving forward from those painful endings. This card being in the reverse is really an indication that you're having a hard time moving forward. So I'm going to use the Kipper deck to look at what it is that Sagittarius is mourning at this time, that you're having a hard time letting go of. We have unexpected income, that was in the reverse. We have marriage, we have community, and we have despair. So I feel like, again, this is really talking about Yeah, so this feels like an ending, right? An unexpected ending of a marriage, um, or the loss of finances that might have been attached to this marriage, and the community that comes with or came with this union, and really being in a sense of despair, about that loss, right? About that breakup. Um, and not being able to like move forward from that. So what is the Three of Swords here for? What is this painful ending that, yeah, yeah, lovers and occupation. So a lot of you might have been involved, like, again, this is really speaking about a third party situation, but it's also speaking about it in attachment to where you work. So it might have been a situation at work which resulted in the loss of a job because of the inappropriateness of it in that particular workplace, or it's attached to some sort of hobby or some sort of like a pastime, some type of artistic endeavor that you're involved in, kind of getting into a situation where you kind of became lovers with someone else. And like, again, there's like a lot of third party situation cards that are coming out. And so I feel like this is the cause or the reason for the ending that you had, and also the reason why you're unable to move away from it, because this ultimately feels like a huge part of your community and your identity was attached to this particular marriage. And so the disillusion of that has kind of like left you in like a really rough place, right? So again, the focus here is the Five of Cups, which is to focus on the things that you have and not focus on the things that you don't have anymore, or the things that you can no longer change. You can only change what's happening, what you're doing now, your actions now in preparation for the future. Like, you can't go back and change the past, right? So this is to focus on what you have, and not on what you lost, in order to move forward, right? So what is the advice for Sagittarius? What is the advice for Sagittarius? Grow in your current situation, and devoted and committed. Knuckle down, be reliable and committed. Be open to wisdom and insight from your elders. The wise one represents the wisest aspects of the goddess, the crone. In paganism and modern Wicca, the crone is the fiercest, most psychic, and most aware aspect of the goddess, because she has been through many of life's challenges and overcome many setbacks. On this card, the raven in her hands represents the capacity to overcome the darker times and be reborn again and again. So she helps you to tap into wisdom to overcome whatever life throws at you. Wisdom being the information stored in your soul rather than the information acquired in this lifetime, and to learn from the experience of your elders. The wisdom of the wise one is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you're being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You're being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability, and that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. So again, this is about growth and expansion, but it's an inward growth and expansion, right? It's really about learning from your lessons and becoming wiser as a result of the lessons. And some of the lessons that we have are not easy, like they're hard-earned lessons, right? And so I feel like the value to that is even stronger, because it really came with, like, some hard things in life, and that's okay. The second card is the Sage. Be devoted and committed. Be willing to go the whole yard and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. The Sage represents the wise one within. When this card arises, it shows that you are preparing to become a greater and insightful teacher to your peers. It guides you to take notes as the wandering yogi is on this card, because your knowledge and life experiences can impart incredible insights to those with whom you come into contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and all of your inner workings, because that awareness can bring more clarity to your decisions. Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only a body but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important to take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to be sharing those teachings one day too. So, I mean, it's so crazy because these two cards together, literally repeating the same message, right? It's really about wisdom, and it's really about growth, an inner expansion, and using the lessons that you've learned, the hard-earned lessons that you've learned, and using them to be wiser, to be more devoted and committing to expanding your soul, but also sharing the wisdom that you've learned and sharing the lessons that you learned with those around you, right? So that is the end of the reading for you guys this month. I really hope that this helps you in some way. Please let me know in the comment section how this is kind of like working out in your life. Share the video with a friend who you feel could benefit. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for being here, and I will see you guys soon.